Hello. I want to talk to you today about how to make your offer stand out when you're in competition with other people. Right at the moment, being in the fall, it's a little bit more of an evened out market right now as far as between sellers and buyers having an advantage one way or another. But at times there is a certain property, or like at the beginning of the year, the springtime, where there are several interested parties at once. And at that time, it's good to have a competitive edge. And there are definitely some things that you can do to make your offer stand out. I'm going to give you some ideas. First of all, when you're writing the offer, and if you know of other offers coming in, quite possibly, write a good offer. Have your agent take a look at what the comparables are. But at the same time, if it's something that you really want, and if the house is worth it, just write a good offer. Secondly, what you can do is, if it's standard to put, let's say, 1% earnest money in a particular market, put a little bit more earnest money than 1% in, maybe 2%. It's going to go towards your down payment anyway, so just make the earnest money a little bit greater. That helps. There are also some things that you can do with regard to contingencies. For example, only choose the contingencies that you feel you're going to need. Around here in California, termite inspection is a pretty important one because a lot of the houses at some time or another have that issue. But if for example, if you don't need to have a very lengthy contractor's inspection time, shorten the time span up. Or if there's something that you don't have to have inspected, or although I do always recommend, for example, a contractor's inspection and termite inspection, but you just leave that particular inspection contingency out. Another thing that you can do is ask or have your agent ask the listing agent what a convenient time is for a closing time for the seller. And if you're flexible with that closing time, then be as flexible as you can. You can have your agent ask the listing agent, what's the ideal closing time for your seller? And if you're flexible as well, that's another thing that could help you get the house that you're aiming for. And then lastly, there are a couple more ideas in this, but lastly, I always think it's a great idea to actually write a nice letter to the seller telling them about yourself and also what you love about their house and what you appreciate. Sometimes that can stick with the seller, your kindness and your compliments, quite frankly, and it's a way to make your offer really stand out strongly in the mind, kind of an emotional type part of the offer, but it can make a difference. So thanks for listening today.